Hi there Pisces, thank you for joining me for your monthly forecast for August. This month begins with the Sun in a practical part of your scope. Anything to do with work can be influenced by this practicality, but the Sun makes a fine link with Uranus, the planet of the unexpected, and this lasts for the first week. If you have a brilliant brainwave about how you can make more money, don't just think about it and think, God, it'd be great if I did that. Actually go and do it. It's the people who take the time to pursue innovation who really hit the jackpot, not the people who follow. So, follow your hunches is the best advice. But there's also a wonderful cluster of energy at the start of this month, influencing the most creative and joyous part of your scope. And Mars is there, and that's going to give you a lot of neat energy. It's also going to see you emanating a lovely, sexy energy, particularly as it forges a broadly very positive link with Venus in your sector of relationships for the first 2 weeks of this month. This could be significant for your love life, absolutely. Mercury is also getting back to the part of your chart in Cancer where it first began its retrograde at the end of June. This occurs on the 4th. This is brilliant too, particularly if you are a very creative Pisces, which is often the case. Things can start to fall into plan on a project that has perhaps fall into place on a plan or project which perhaps has had to stumble along a little bit, go back and forwards. Jupiter, however, is also in opposition with Pluto, and this is going to go on for 3 weeks. Now, Jupiter is going to make you much more optimistic about what you can achieve through your flair and artistry over the next year. But in this particular location, it's saying to you that whatever hopes you've got for the long term, you can't expect them just to fall into place with the blink of an eye. It's going to take time and it's going to take persistence. Pluto is power, and therefore power, when it gets into us, gets into impatience. Jupiter sees no obstacles. It thinks, I must win through, I must be fortunate. I'm sorry, life just is not that simple. And if this particular aspect gets out of shape, you may encounter people who could actually really do you quite a lot of damage. For example, encouraging you to take part in speculative schemes that are never going to see the light of day because they're far too ambitious, but they could use up a lot of your time, labour, effort and energy before you find out this reality. So be realistic, even if I am encouraging you also to be optimistic too. Now, on the 9th, Mercury moves into Leo 2. This asks you to think more dryly about life, to get at the details. You're a great ideas person, but sometimes details do bore you a little bit because you're much more caught up in the dream. You see the bigger picture, you hear the mood music, but someone has to write the score for the musicians to actually play that music, and that's where the detail comes in. Important. Venus then moves on the 12th. Moves into an area which could trickle some fortune from somebody else financially. If you're looking to refinance, you may find a financial institution is receptive to you. It could come through a partner who has some luck. Things generally, finance business-wise, can be pepped up by Venus working its way through this area. But it does go opposite Uranus and before long. So it is going to be important to be ready to accept some gifts from the universe, but also there could be some sudden expenses. Just prepare yourself for that. Now, on the 21st, there is a full moon. This full moon suggests that there may be someone you're working with or friendly with who's not quite as complimentary about you as you might imagine. In fact, they might be a little bit of a backstabber, quite frankly. You might not know this, but you just need to be conscious of who you can really trust at the heart of this month. The Sun moves on the 23rd and Mercury on the 24th into the area of your horoscope to do with relating. Generally, this is a very, very good thing. Unfortunately, this year, they're both opposed by your other ruler of Neptune. Neptune's a beautiful influence, and it is what gives you those magical moments around colours, around painting, around music, around watching movies, the way you can really soak it all up, just like unlike any other zodiac sign. The problem is, that it can also see you look through the prism of unreality, and there could be a relationship that you're not being real about as this month draws to a close, and someone actually may not be being very honest at all, so you need to make sure that's not you and demand transparency in everything you're told. As Mars moves on the 28th, also into Leo, it can give you further energy, but that energy needs to be applied in a very practical environment. And that often is work, although you could use it to get fitter and be more conscious about what you're putting in your body. It's been a real pleasure being with you. Thank you for joining me. Good luck and goodbye for now.